Aloha, children of the night, and welcome to the Tiki Golf Club. No, this isn't the Tiki Golf Club.
Not today? What are we doing? The Tiki Caftan Club? Who are we?
It's funny. Actually, this is my friend Robbie, and she is actually a member of the Tiki Golf Club. But this is not a Tiki Golf Club episode.
Could be.
No, not really. No, we're going to be talking about caftans. And forever, for some reason, I always put an R in it for some reason. So forever, I'm like, craftans. Is crafton even a word?
Different item.
It's a different item. Yeah. So
you're mixing there.
No, this is going to be a Tiki with Ray episode.
Late at night, you call them craftons, but not during the day.
And this is Robbie, and we are in her home tiki bar. What's it called?
It's the Coconut Smuggler's Lounge.
The Coconut Smuggler's Lounge.
And lovely. We're in Portland, Oregon, where it's not raining today, which is amazing. It's a balmy 59 outside, I think.
I'll take it.
It's gorgeous.
I'll take it. And
so we're in a dark bar.
Yeah. Yeah, so instead of enjoying the weather and getting our vitamin D, we're inside a tiki bar. And Robbie started the Aloha Caftan Society. Is it Portland?
Yeah.
Or is it Puget Sound?
Portland. We're the Portland chapter.
And there's chapters of this. So explain to me what is the Aloha Caftan Society?
Sure. Well, the Aloha Caftan Society was started by a group of women. I believe they all live in Northern California.
Yeah.
There's Pilar, Nicole, Baby Doe, and I'm forgetting, and Sonia. And so it started as just like a bunch of women that loved fashion, loved old Aloha wear fashion, and kind of into the tiki lifestyle, but it focused more on caftan as opposed to like the drinks or some of the other pieces, a small portion of tiki. And so I love vintage fashion, so I saw that and was like, I want to meet other rad ladies that are into vintage fashion and get a chance to actually wear some of the stuff I have.
Yeah.
So I joined the main chapter, which is, kind of like the hub. And then I came to find out there's a bunch of kind of localized chapters all over the country.
Oh, really?
So people can then meet up with each other locally and actually like get to form a community and get to know each other. So there is one in Puget Sound, which is maybe 2 or 3 hours away. So not terribly far, but we didn't have anything that was kind of more like Portland area, Pacific Northwest. And so I got the idea to try to just ask some of the women that were in the main society that were local if they wanted to meet up and have a drink at Hale Pele.
Yeah.
And 4 people came.
Well, that's not a bad thing because there's not a lot of room to sit in Hale Pele.
There's a lot of room in that chieftain hut, let me tell you. But Heather was one of the women that came. We had never met before, Miss Heather Waters, and I got to meet Cynthia and a couple other great women, and we kind of thought, hey, I think there's a lot of people in Portland that are into this. We have TikiCon here, we have a big tiki scene.
Yep.
Let's see if we can start a local chapter.
So you did.
So we did. And I convinced Heather that she just needed to be the face of it and that I would do all the kind of the admin. So I'm usually the person like behind the person.
Yeah.
But we started it up. I think we opened it up maybe spring or no, it was fall. I'm sorry, fall of this year. So like maybe October of this year we started it. And then we had our first meetup.
So what you're saying, Robbie, is you went into the future,
I did.
into the fall of this year
I did.
to start it, and then you came back to the fall into the winter of the beginning of this year.
I did. My hair is blown back. It was quite a trip.
It's just like Back to the Future.
Yeah, great film, seminal film.
Did you realize that you said this year?
This year, fall. Oh man,
last year.
Seasonally, fall. When are we? Who are you? Why are you in my tiki bar?
This is Tiki with Ray from the future. I want to let you know that you're going to start a Caftan Society chapter in Portland. It sounds
fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. You come back, you have like goggles on. Robbie of the present, don't start the Caftan Society. Don't
do it. And I'm like composting into my car. No, let us hope not.
So to start a chapter.
Yes.
what do you have to do? I mean, do you have to talk to Baby Doe or any of the head ones and be like, hey, I want to start a chapter, or you just do it anyway? Or...
Well, I emailed them to say like, hey, we think there's a lot of women in Portland that'd be interested in this. We'd like to start a local chapter. They want to make sure that there's at least a couple people that are going to head it up because it is a little bit of work. And I said, hey, I got this great gal here, Heather. She's going to do it with me. And they say, go for it. Make sure you keep us kind of looped into what you guys are doing. And so we just started. Most of the communication is on Facebook for Aloha Caftan Society. I'm an Instagram girl, so that makes it a little hard, but that's where we're at now.
You are on Facebook, though.
I am on Facebook, but only for Tiki stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, me too.
I don't actually have my life is not on the family members, people I went to high school, and Tiki. That's all.
That's it.
And then all of the other stuff are other places, secret places. So
the secret places on the internet. What?
This is the dark web.
You're on the dark web.
So posting
you find out that Robbie sells illegal firearms.
My late nights out are only on the dark web. So we started our own Facebook group, and it was great. Within a couple weeks, we had like 40 members, which was really fun.
40.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
Yeah, we're doing it.
And you had a get together at Heather's new place.
Yeah, it was great. We had our first.
And to quote Robbie, she has said that Heather and Dawn's home is the biggest house she's ever been in.
It is. We're not going to give you the address on this.
No. and even if you got the address, good luck trying to find it. I mean, like the first time I ever went there, it was like The Shining. I'm like, what the hell? I'm driving up this old dirt road in the mountains and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not a road. I like that when she's like the last road, and I was like, this is not a road.
You need a 4-wheeler to get to their place, but her house is huge. And Heather and Dawn used to have their old home had not one, not two, but 3 tiki bars, 2 tiki bedrooms. One of them was mine, which is where I've always slept in. So now they're in an even bigger house, and they have even bigger tiki aspirations. So it was the perfect place to have the get-together. So how many people showed up for the first get-together up there?
We had like 35 people. It was a huge turnout.
Can you fit 35 people in this bar?
I cannot. I max out on the inside of the bar at about 28, which I found. You don't want to push 30. When it's nice outside and the doors open, then you can have a little bit more. But yeah, and we were barely taking up a 20th of their space, but it was her house is built for entertaining. It's so fantastic, and I'm sure a lot of people wanted to get an opportunity to come and check out her amazing collection of everything.
Oh my God, they have so much stuff. Yeah. And what did you guys do?
So
you just sit around and talk about Caftan?
The first one was really like a meet and greet because we hadn't all been together. A lot of people knew some of the people, but it was a lot of different like groups, and some people that really hadn't been in Tiki but knew either me or Heather and wanted to like come and hang out and find out more. Yeah. So it was really, we had a lot of food going on. We did some photos. We were making drinks, but it was really just kind of a get together to chat. Yeah. And it was a great kind of like just icebreaker and just everyone to get to meet each other face to face. Yeah. So we're not aiming too high. We're aspirationally going to do like 3 or 4 meetups a year.
That's it?
Yeah. Oh. That's it. Official, like big ones. There'll be little ones, where we see each other, but like a full on thing. And now that we've kind of done the meet and greet, we'd love to have kind of them be a little more curated, whether it's like someone's teaching a cool craft that we want to learn. Like, I want someone to teach me to make lamps. So I would love someone to do that. So either, doing something like a craft type thing, or we've also talked about a lot of the women are very like artistic or into vintage and doing like a little bit of a marketplace. Women in Tiki and people in Tiki I found really love to shop. So any opportunity I feel like they have to do that, they do. So doing something where people are able to bring like the things that they make or whatever and do that. So we want to have, now that we've kind of established the first one, have the rest have like something that's a little bit more of a focus. Yeah.
Well, one thing that I find interesting, this is something that I've discovered, like being into Tiki. It's like, I remember when I first started my blog, and I live in Seattle. Yeah. And I remember thinking like, okay, I want to do posts on home Tiki bars. Mm-hmm. And at the beginning, and I'm thinking like, there's probably like 4 people that have like home Tiki bars, and that'd be about it. And it's like, no, there's a lot. Yeah. It's like just down in Portland.
The Pacific Northwest, there's
I mean, you're talking about like the Caftan Society. You're thinking like, okay, well, how many women could be into caftans that much to join a club or whatever? And you think like, okay, maybe like 4,
Yeah.
But then
you're 10, yeah.
Yeah, and you realize it's like 30 some people are into it. And well, are all of them into Tiki too, or are they like just into the clothing or the fashion?
Yeah, I think predominantly they're into Tiki also.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's a lot of people that don't like Tiki at all and wear caftans because they're pretty linked to each other.
Yeah.
But they have differing levels of like, do they all go to TikiCon? Probably not. Yeah. But, do they like to have a Mai Tai every once in a while? Probably.
So I got one last question.
Okay.
And it just shows you how much I don't know. What's the difference between a kaftan and a muumuu?
Ooh, I like this one.
Is there?
There is, and I'm going to say what my personal definition is. So,
you're wearing a kaftan right now.
I'm wearing a kaftan right now. I collect all kinds of aloha wear. I'm not kaftan specific. I probably have more muumuus than I do kaftans. My definition of a kaftan is when kind of the sleeve and the body are attached to each other.
Okay.
So you just kind of have the arm opening. You have this kind of bat wing type effect.
Yeah.
So that is kind of the more predominant kaftan style in aloha wear. I will let anything slide that has like a real fun bell sleeve also. But yeah, I think technically it's if it's like one piece of clothing sewn up the side, with the armholes created that way.
Is it a situation?
Now everyone can come at me if I'm wrong.
No, that sounds about it. Well, what's a muumuu then?
A muumuu is just a loose Hawaiian dress, but there are a lot of different styles of muumuu as well when you get more specific. But I feel like a muumuu is just a Hawaiian dress.
Okay, and I notice what you're wearing. It's sort of pleated.
Yeah. This is pleated.
Does it have to have that to be?
It doesn't.
Okay.
I wear pretty much all vintage, and so a lot of the vintage kaftans will have this kind of pleated fabric, but there are a lot of people that make them contemporary, and generally those will be out of just regular fabric.
When did the kaftan become popular as fashion is concerned? Is this a mid-century thing? Is this a 60s thing?
I feel
a 70s
like it's more
thing?
60s and 70s.
60s and 70s. Okay.
Yeah, more 60s and 70s. Like you'll find there are bark cloth kaftans that exist, but I feel like most of them are more polyester, which makes me think more 60s and 70s.
Yeah, that would be 60s and 70s.
And they're just, just for the leisure. It's like a female leisure suit, Like it's very comfortable.
Yeah, if it's casual Fridays, it'd be awesome if you show up in a kaftan,
I know. But yeah, and they also, so the Caftan Society, the main one, every year does a big meetup at the Madonna Inn.
Ah, the Madonna Inn.
I know. Bury me at the Madonna Inn. So they have that in October every year.
Yeah.
And so we went last year, Heather and I.
I saw pictures. It was it was a lot of people.
It was like 80 people or something. 80. It was wild. People from all over the West Coast were there. I think maybe 5 of us from from our now chapter were there. But it was super fun. Everyone's just nice. It's hard to be mean or in a bad mood when you're dressed like this. Like, it kind of puts you in a good mood. I feel like everyone in Tiki is pretty, happy-go-lucky. Yeah. And we were definitely a spectacle. I will say that much. There were a lot of strangers taking photos.
And that says something. If you're a spectacle at the Madonna Inn,
it's the cream of the crop there.
It's that's saying something.
Yeah. We were. I think the background was correct for what we were wearing. But yeah, and then they just announced that they're doing it again this October.
Nice.
So now, the last one was just before we formed our chapter. Yeah. So now that we formed it, it's going to be so fun to kind of have a big group of us all go down and get to hang out and try to recruit some new members.
So you said that there's one up in the Puget Sound. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one here in Portland.
Yes.
Can you be members of multiple?
You definitely could. We do a lot of crossover. Like, it was great. A lot of the ladies from Puget Sound came down for the first meetup we had at Heather's. And then, unfortunately, I was out of town, but Heather went to the meetup that was up in Puget Sound.
Oh, okay.
So we definitely, it's fun. We're all Pacific Northwest, like, happy to drive 2 hours, you know, to meet up with people. So I think it's just a little bit easier for small things, but everyone Pacific Northwest, I think we have a ton of crossover.
Cool beans. If anyone wants to join, what do they got to do?
They just have to find our Facebook page, Aloha Caftan Society. is the search term. I'll have to look at the.
Okay.
You know, we're Aloha Caftan Society Portland. I'm sure if you put that in, you can find us.
Aloha Caftan Society without an R, with Portland.
Without an R.
Yeah. I don't know why. I always thought, oh, Crafton.
This is like a crafty captain.
And here's another thing that just shows you how, how Joan Jett, the rock star, Joan Jett.
Yeah.
Forever, I always thought it was Jonah Jett.
No, different lady.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like the drag Joan Jett.
Yeah, Jonah Jett is the drag version of Joan Jett.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to get in contact with you, you're on Instagram.
I'm on Instagram. I'm Corn Dog Cowgirl.
Corn Dog Cowgirl.
Spelled exactly how it sounds.
Because you're into like country and western stuff too.
Yeah.
Like big time.
Yeah, I really like.
So when you're not wearing a caftan, you're wearing cowboy boots.
A lot of tiki tonk over here. Yeah, I'm trying to. I know that there is a tiki kind of crew that's in Texas that have coined that, and I'm really trying to co-opt it and bring it over here.
Tiki tonk.
Yeah, but those are my two favorite. Vintage Western
awesome.
Music, tiki. So yeah, in a muumuu or a suit. It's kind of the two. I just want a chance to dress up. That's all I want.
I think that's how it is for everybody.
Yeah. Give me a theme, and I am there.
Want to support the Tiki with Ray show and look cool doing it at the same time? Then head over to tikiwithray.com and buy yourself a Tiki with Ray shirt. They're only $20. Tony Canapa did the design, and they're screen printed in America.